Good morning, children. Somebody's video is on. So we have started about the Mesopotamian civilization and we have learned okay. So we have started about the Mesopotamian civilization and we have learned all the other inner civilizations, that is the Babylonians, Akkadians, Sumerians and Assyrians, all that we have seen. Okay, today we will be learning about the religion, Hammurabi's Code of Law, their art and architecture and some kind of scripts. Then we go to Chinese civilization. Okay. So this is what we have seen yesterday. They traveled in ships across the seas for the trade, and they also, the temples acted as banks and lent credit on their own account. The Mesopotamian documents have references to loan and repayments with or without interest. Okay, all that they have the documents also, and this is the first written evidence of charging an interest on borrowed money. So all these records, whichever they found or whichever they maintained at that time, that is the first written evidence of charging an interest on borrowed loan. Okay, like interest, regarding the interest on borrowed loan, this is the first evidence which tells us that this kind of system followed at that time. Children, somebody's mic is on. Please mute your mic.
Hello.
Ma'am, you are muted. Ma'am, you are muted, ma'am. You are muted, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Ma'am,
Yes,
you are
am
muted.
I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
fine,
ma'am.
fine, fine. I'll continue now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so this is what we were seeing now. This is like how cities were. You can see the picture here. The cities were wasteland with all the mud brick walls, and around the city, outside the city, you can see some kind of other buildings. So certain people only can live only inside the city. Other people had to be outside the city. You can see here, like that time itself, they have constructed the bridge, and you can see how they used to have their travel. Okay, this the temple. You can see the steps also. Yes. Okay, children. So it is a picture which shows about the Mesopotamian civilization, and this is considered as the ziggurat. Okay. Now let us see the Mesopotamian religion. They believed in many gods. They did not believe in one god. They believed in many gods. You can see the sculpture, and here also you can see. So that is if they believed in many gods. That is why the religion was called as polytheism. Okay, polytheism. You can see the structure of their gods and goddesses. So this is Mesopotamian warrior god, gold figurine made out of gold, which is around 2400 to 2500 BC. And this is an important god, Marduk, the dragon god. Okay, this is only Marduk, the dragon god. So as we have seen, they follow the polytheistic religion. Okay, because they believe in more gods like sun, moon, air, all the nature also were worshipped by them. They had pyramid shaped temples. Okay, these temples were built to house the statues, to keep all the statues of their gods and goddesses. These are all some of the gods and goddesses. You can see here Adad, that is Ishkur, Usmu, that is Izimad. This is Lama, this is Ishtar. Okay, this is Apkalu fish. This is Gula. Okay, this is Gula. So you can see these kind of gods and goddesses were worshipped by them. And these are the other gods and goddesses. We have seen Adad. This is Amuru, that is Martu. This is Annu, Anzu. Apkalu fish we have seen. This is Apkalu griffin. Apkalu human. This is Apsu. Okay, Abzu they will say. All these were the gods, and few gods and goddesses I have shown you who they were worshipped as gods and goddesses by the Mesopotamians. So here Sumerians, when we see Enlil, the god of sky and wind. Enlil was considered as a god of sky and wind. Ninlil is goddess of grain. Ninlil was goddess of the grain. For the Babylonians, the supreme god was Marduk and Ashur. Goddess of love and fertility, Ishtar. God of the sea and chaos, Tiamat. The moon god was Sin for the Babylonians. Okay, and here the Epic of Gilgamesh. Epic means you know that what it is. So Gilgamesh, they had an Epic of Gilgamesh which was written in cuneiform text. We say Brahmi script, for Tamil writing. Same way they had the cuneiform script. It contains a legend of the flood and has similarities with the account of Noah's Ark. I hope that many of you, and especially the Christians, they know about the Noah's Ark story. If you don't know, just check it out and find it. So Noah's Ark means it is a ship which was built by the people in order to save them from the flood. After that, new world, they got the new world after some days. Okay, so check it out. If I say the story, then it will take time. So the Epic of Gilgamesh was written in cuneiform text. It contains the legend of the flood and has similarities with the account of Noah's Ark. Like how Noah's Ark story was there, in the same way, this Epic of Gilgamesh also had a kind of a story in that. Okay, that's what is given here. Next one, Hammurabi. He is only Hammurabi, the king of Mesopotamia. He was the greatest king of Mesopotamia. He recorded a system of laws called the Code of Hammurabi. That time he only wanted to create the code of law for the people, for the administration, for the other people like that. So he made certain laws which was recorded, and even it was like carved on the stones and many things. So his laws were called as Hammurabi's Code of Law. Okay, Hammurabi's Code of Law. He ordered 282 laws engraved in stone and placed in a public location for everyone to see. Okay, all these were engraved on the stones and it was kept in the public places where the people can see that and find out. So this is how the Code of Hammurabi was written. Okay, on the piece of stone you can see, you can't read all this. Some languages they have cuneiform of writing, they followed. So all these were engraved on the stone and kept on in a public place. So this Hammurabi's code helps us understand what life was like in ancient Babylonian. Equal punishment was given. Okay, then the penalty for injuring a woman or a slave would be less than the penalty for injuring a free man. Here when we talk about the equality for the others, but here when we see about the punishment for the poor people and punishment for the upper class people were different. The punishment for the upper class people is lesser for the same crime, and the punishment for the lower class people is more for the same crime. Okay. And here the most famous king of Babylonian Empire was Hammurabi. That's what I told that. He lived from 1792 to 1750 BC. So his famous code of law tells the punishment fits the crime and eye for an eye. Eye for an eye means kannukku kan. What crime you did, same punishment you get. Same way it was done at the time. Okay, what mistake you have done, same thing will be the punishment for you. That is called what? Eye for an eye. Okay, we say no, we all used to say that tit for tat. Same way, eye for an eye. He took all the laws of the regions, city states and unified them into one code. That is, or whatever the laws were prevailing at the time in various places, he unified everything, he put it into one, and he prepared the Hammurabi Code of Law. So this is called the cuneiform writing. And around 3000 BC, Mesopotamia moved from using counting tokens to using pictograms. So that time they used to count the tokens. Tokens means like if they have seen one animal, they used to keep one stone. If they have seen two animals, two stones. So this is how they practice. But after that, they started using the pictograms. If they have seen one animal, that picture, one picture. Two animals, two picture of that animal. So same way they have improved their knowledge by using their pictograms. Okay, and it was a good record also. You can see here. This is called a pictogram which was engraved on a stone. So here the ancient Sumerians developed the first system of writing, and the Sumerian system is called the cuneiform system. Already we have seen that this is all wedge shaped. Okay, so I have shown you know wedge shaped. These are all the letters. I have shown you the numeral system, okay, which is like the Indo-Arabic numerals. Now here these are all the letters. Same way the wedge shaped. And here art, sculptures, their main artists making the sculptures out of the stone and clay. These sculptures tells us about a few animals such as goats, rams, bulls, and lions. And even they had some mythological figures. Mythological கற்பனையிலே நினைச்சு வச்ச மாதிரி ஒரு இது நம்ம நினைப்போம். Same way they also had some mythological figures like lions and bulls with a human head. Massive sculptures were created during Assyrian and Babylonian empires. You can see these kind of statues were made. These are all the marble statues. Okay. Sumerian sculpture. They depicted the people, how they lived at the time. And here you can see these are all the imaginations. Yes. You can see the human head, wings, and some animal's body. Same way here. Okay, fine, children. So like this, they had many figures. They developed this art in that way. And let us see the signs of Babylonia. I have told you about they left their signature, okay, in many sciences such as astronomy, astrology, mathematics, medicine, art, and architecture, etc. They developed in these fields, and all these were recorded on clay tablets known as cuneiform. So the proofs are also there. They were the first to develop the early form of writing. So to prove that they are able to tell us about they were the astronomers, the proof is this one. So you can see the star, moon, and some other pictures are there. Then they are talking about that, they are worshipping that. So this shows that this is a proof to show that they have found out something and they were good in astronomy also. They excelled in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and they developed, these people only developed the concept of multiplication. You used to say, no, who has found this multiplication table? I want to see them. These people only. Okay, so multiplication, division, and cubic equation. Fine, children. So if you have angry about the multiplication table, these people only have to be scolded for that, because they only developed the concept of multiplication, division, and cubic equation. Then numeral system based on 60 was conceived by them. That I have shown you know in the numeral system based on 10, based on 60. It was like developed by them only. They were the ones to formulate the 60-minute hour. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, 24 hours, 1 day, 360-degree circle. All these were created by them. They only have done this. All these were formulated by them. So the Sumerian calendar had 7 days in a week. Calendar also was invented by the Sumerians. So all these, whichever was developed and invented by them, we are following now. Yes? Okay, their numerical system had place values. Now the place value also, 1, 10, 100 we say. So all these place values were there at that time. Yes, they created the water clock also. With the sand clock, same way water clock also. And they created the lunar calendar. They developed the methods of measuring areas and solid. Area of a perimeter, area of a square, area of a cube. Yes, so all these were developed by these people. They also developed advanced weight and measurement system also. Weights and measures in your maths. So all these were developed by these Mesopotamian civilization people. They introduced 12 months calendar system also. Solar calendar, 12 months calendar, water clock, max, everything was invented by these people. Even the way of building, build the buildings with the help of the baked bricks, all that was done by these people. Yes? And they had developed medicinal system as well. Okay? A text called the Diagnostic Handbook. They had the book. Book means not with the help of this paper, some kind of reeds or something they used to do. So a text called the Diagnostic Handbook, dated to the 11th century BC in Babylon, lists symptoms and prognosis. Symptoms, if they will say about one disease, if for that disease they will say the symptoms and how it can be cured. Okay, so all these people were there without learning MBBS, they were the doctors at the time. So they were the people who created the medicine, and even they wrote a book called Diagnostic. They maintained a book called Diagnostic Handbook. This indicates their scientific understanding of herbs and minerals. They did not use chemicals, they used only the herbs and minerals, whichever were available in nature. Okay, they used to say the symptoms also for all the kinds of diseases, and the curing methods also were recorded. So this is called the water clock, which is called as clepsydra. Okay, you can see the water clock. It is fitted here. Water pours into this funnel. They have the levels over here. Then it reaches that bucket or vessel which is kept down. They used different kinds of water clock. This one here, this one also. Okay, they make a hole in this, and within how many hours or how many, everything was calculated. This is called what, water clock. They used many kinds of water clock, and this was the famous one. This first picture is the famous one. Okay, this is called lunar calendar, which they devised. You can see here the picture in the center. Yes, this பொம்மைக்கு மாட்டி வைக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. Yes. So this is how they created, and around that each and everything, even a dot also refers to something. They had a meaning. This lunar calendar had a meaning. The number of dots kept here, the circles kept here, triangles kept. It's not for the design. It has some meaning. Okay. So you can see here, he is a sun god. That is why in the center. And you can see all these outer surfaces, how it is decorated. Everything has a meaning. The number of lines used, the number of dots used, everything. And like a clock, you can see here 1, 2, and see here the center one, and down also you have. Okay, you can see some kind of various pictures here. Okay, and you can see this also, half mina, 1/3 mina, 10 shekels. This is 5 shekels measurement. All these were used for measurement. We say no, 1 kg stone. You would have seen in the shops. Nowadays we have that digital balance, weighing balance, but in some shops they used to have that weights made of iron. Yes, written on the top like 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, something like that. But in those days they used all this. See, 4 shekels, 3 shekels, 2 shekels, and 1 shekel, and all these other things. So these are all complete set of weighing precious metals in the palace Babylonia, that is 2000 2600 BC. First, all these were devised in order to measure the precious metals, whatever they had in their palace. Okay, this is how they introduced all the weighing system. So let us see about the next one. These people were called the Mayans. Okay, look at the structure of the houses. Mayans. You would have heard about the Mayan people, not somebody's name. And some art which depicts about the Mayans' life. So ground floor, the top floor. So even they had the buildings with all the floors. This is an art which depicts about the Mayans' life. Okay, this is about the Greek, the way the buildings were built. I will show you one video maybe in the next period, tomorrow's or some other day. So those days they used to build the houses like this, where like a cave also. Inside the cave they had lot of facilities. They never come out of that cave because they had lot of facilities. Like they lived like they live in the AC room. They live in the AC room. So this is how even the caves were constructed, or they dug the caves and made it as a house like that at that time. I have a video about it, but it is in Tamil. But after I finish the lesson, I will show you. Okay, so you can see here how these houses were built in layers. This is the main entrance. Okay, and above that you can see all that houses here and there. This is according to the Greek. This buildings according to the Persian. This is the way of art. They used to build the buildings like this. Persians. This type of buildings were built by the Romans. Okay, built by the building Romans. And here, after that, we will be seeing about the Chinese civilization. Okay, so these are all some of the monuments or something which tells us about the Chinese civilization. The silk material. This is the dragon dance. Okay, the statues, the kind of food. So all these tell about the way of dressing. So all these tell about the Chinese civilization. And in that Chinese civilization, this is very, very important. So when I take this path, I will tell you what all these about. And now you would have known that what the Chinese are. This is the way they used to build the buildings also, Chinese. Their way of construction of the building or any kind of houses is totally different. Okay, so based on the nature, to tackle the nature or to escape from the nature's problem, they used to build the buildings. Let us see about that in the next class. Fine, children? So this Chinese civilization was began 2,400 years ago. When it began? 2,400 years ago. You can see here the type. It is an East Asian country with a large territory. Okay, you know very well that the country which have the largest population is China, the first one. The most